taking care of us, this wouldn't have happened. And we scream and anger and cry, thinking that God's this detached thing that knows nothing of this. But the good news in the story, just like the good news in our lives, is that God understands better than anyone. My dad's a copy editor for a newspaper. And so he always said that if you rewrote the Bible, the entire Bible would be Jesus wept. It's the shortest verse in the entire Bible. The NRSV we read today stretches it out so that Jesus had 4 words. Jesus began to weep. But in the Hebrew, it's only Jesus wept. In the Greek, it's only Jesus wept in 2 words. But how powerful are those 2 words? The good news here is that all of this language that you hear from Jesus is disturbed. Jesus is unconsolable. Jesus weeps. Mirrors the language of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. When Jesus is praying to God, please don't let me have to do this. Jesus understands far too well our pain and our anguish. Far too well. And this is the good news, that Jesus understands this. So that Jesus understands when you cry out and you say, why did you let this happen? Jesus draws near to us and comforts us because he knows exactly what it feels like to be betrayed, to be shamed, to feel like we've lost everything. Jesus knows. So when we're asking those questions about why would a good God let this happen? Why did Lazarus have to die? Where's the blessing in that? This whole time of Lent we spent questioning. And this text for me brings up the most questions. But the truth is that God welcomes the questions. The psalm for today that we didn't read is a lament psalm. And lament psalms all have a kind of feeling. They've got a kind of movement that's fairly typical. The movement is always this way. It always starts with saying, God, why did you leave us in this terrible position? Where are you? I can't see you. I can't feel you. I can't touch you. Where are you? And it moves from that to an explanation of what's been going on. And in this, it's a very big question. Well, why did you let those big guys over there beat us up? And why did you let this go happen? And why did so-and-so die? And why did we have to do this? And it's all about questioning. But the key piece that always comes in the lament is the same as the good news. Is that when we come down to it, after we've got it all out, screamed it all out, that at the end we know that God has been good to us. We look back and we say, well, I know you were here then, so you must be here now. And knowing that Jesus cares in that time, it is so powerful. It is so, so powerful. To know that when you're questioning and you're mad, Jesus is right there questioning and mad with you and understanding. That Jesus takes that and takes care of us. I wanted control in that situation. I wanted to be able to drop everything and run back to my grandfather. To run back to that bedside where he lay for 21 days before he died. I never got back to see him. I was on tour. I couldn't leave him. That was my last tour. Came home. I decided I wanted to do something else with my life. So I started looking into this. Maybe God wanted me to praise him in word and song. And as I thought about this sermon, and as I thought about this ending piece about how God is with us, I remembered an old song that I remember singing when I was just a little kid. An old hymn called Through And that if we hadn't gone through things that we have to go through, that we wouldn't understand God as well as we do. If everything was all hunky-dory, we wouldn't have to worry about it. But as one of my professors says, there's 5 keys that always cause us trouble. Every person is going to face one of these 5 keys in their life. Death, depression, divorce, disease, and death. Everybody's going to have to deal with one of those 5 things in their life. And even though it doesn't feel like God is with them in that moment, God is right there beside them, understanding and feeling all of it. So, I'm going to take a risk if you're willing to take a risk. I haven't done this in quite a long time, so bear with me, but I'd like to sing that old hymn. And I'd like you to join with me on the choruses. It'll be up on the screen. And I'll sing the first couple of verses. You join me on the chorus. Start with chorus, a couple verses, another chorus. And then after we get through the verses, 7 verses, we'll start to pray. That's what we'll do today. So if you'll bear with me. With all for knowing all that we know, for knowing those darkest places of ourselves, where we hurt, where we ache, where we long for control and want it our way. That we know that you're here, guiding us all the way. For those who are suffering from sickness, for those who are mourning the loss of a lover, for those who are suffering from divorce and depression, for those who are so in debt that it seems like tomorrow will never come. For the lonely, for the lost, forsaken. For all of us gathered here in those prayers that are in our hearts, that we do not speak with our own